Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I must say, first of all, I am so delighted to be in Clifden. I could not get over the warmth of the welcome I got here. I'm always early. I'm terrified of being late. And I was saying to a few people in the town, I drove over from Galway, and it's the most spectacular part of the world. It's really quite beautiful. And one of my fans is down here, and she told me it was a shame on me that I hadn't been in Clifden before or more frequently. I have been here, but not often enough. You know why we're here. Last year, I was very privileged to be involved with the Kavanagh family and the SuperValu stores in Donegal, of whom they have 4. They were doing the initiative there for the hospice, Donegal Hospice. And I'm delighted to say that a combination of the contributions from the real reward cards at SuperValu and the huge effort that was put in by the store managers and their teams in the stores, they not only made their target, but they exceeded it by about 32%, which was absolutely incredible. The real information that I give you, to give you some perspective on how successful it was, that last year Kavanagh's SuperValu in Donegal were the single biggest donor to Donegal Hospice. So it was just unbelievable. So well done to the Donegal stores. I am also, I'm a great supporter of cancer and cancer care, because I'm sure there's not one person in this lovely store that hasn't in some way been touched by cancer. And what Cancer Care West have been doing is just incredible. I was talking to people in the town again this morning about Cancer Care West, because I'd noticed, first of all, that you're celebrating Mr. Darcy's birthday after 200 years. So I thought it appropriate that we're launching this campaign in Clifden on that auspicious birthday, that kind of you're part of that, because these stores, it becomes a community effort. All of the work put in by the manager and their staff is very much community, and Joe will tell you in a few minutes about a few of the community things they have planned. But that never goes according to plan, because all of a sudden the staff get all involved and terribly enthusiastic, and they do above and beyond what's expected, so it's really marvellous. But as I said, I am delighted to be in Clifden. I'm delighted to be associated with the Kavanagh family. I make no apology at all, as I did on the radio this morning, in saying that the Kavanagh family's commitment to the community and to good causes is admirable, and I personally have great respect and admiration for the family for what they do, because a lot of companies needn't bother doing anything. They may just pay lip service to it. But for example, Noel is going to trip around Castlebar, Westport, up to Donegal. He's in Clifden today, so it's great that that level of commitment from the owner and from the teams in the stores. So without further ado, I'm delighted to say, even though I'd never been in Clifden before, and I apologise for that, I did send a very good ambassador to be your store manager here. He's a man from Muff in County Donegal. So come on, be fair. We can't be fairer than that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll hand you over to Joe, the store manager.
Okay, good afternoon everyone, and thanks for all turning out. I'll certainly not keep you as long as Noel did. Basically, we are committing ourselves here in the store to raising 10,000 for Cancer Care West between now and the end of September, beginning of October. The staff in store will be undertaking a series of fundraising events and engaging with our customers in the community along the way to raise the 10,000 for Cancer Care West. Some of the proposed events we're hoping to proceed with is a part-worn charity dress. All clothes on the night will be modelled by SuperValu staff and their families. Staff and their families and friends will be asked to donate formal evening wear for the event, and there'll be music on the night, and that'll take place around the 27th of June in the station house. The second proposal is a barn dance, not in Clifden but out in Clontarf, so just to bring in all the areas as such. A race night in October, a coffee mornings here in May and August, and a car boot sale and a car wash. So those are some of the ideas of how we propose to raise the 10,000 over the coming 6 months. So without further ado, I'll hand you over to Noel, is it?
Well, you're lost. You wait all day for one Noel and you get a couple in a batch, yeah. Thank you very much, Joe. And also, we didn't introduce you to Joanna Sweeney-Burke, whom you would know from The Apprentice. She did Donegal and Ireland Pride, and she, of course, is with MediaBox, who is also involved with the Kavanagh family in all of these campaigns. So, and now, ladies and gentlemen, I'll hand you over to Noel Kavanagh.
Very much. Thanks, Joe, and thank you to Joe. At the cost of repeating what's been said by both Noel and Joe, it's an initiative to raise money to support a hugely important cause. The staff in our store here in Clifden are the main players in achieving that. So it's in advance of the great work they're going to do and the fashion shows and the barn dances. I say thank you very much to the team on the ground here who put in all the effort. In the Donegal, we started this, as Noel said, last year. In Donegal, we had we partnered with Donegal Hospice and raised a very, very considerable sum of money. We were very happy to exceed our expectations by more than 30%, is what you're saying, Noel. And the engagement of the staff in the stores, with the 4 stores in Donegal, was superb. And they got some fun out of it, and for all culminating in a wonderful amount of money and a fantastic cause being supported. So that gave us the idea, say, look, this is good for the staff. They enjoy doing it, and the teams in the stores. So we said we would consider doing Mayo and Galway in 2012, and that's why we're here. And the most important thing to remember is this is every single cent goes towards the hospice in Cancer Care West. And in advance of your generosity and support, I say thank you very much. I'm sure we will achieve our target, and the company, we contribute on each occasion that you swipe your Real Reward card. So there's a mechanism set up that on each occasion that a customer uses the card, we make a contribution. That, coupled with the money that will be raised by the team here, is how we come to the total sum of, we expect north of 10,000 to be handing a cheque over later on in the year. So it's good, we're happy to do it, and thank you again to the team on the ground and to for everybody for their support. So thanks very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I know I'm being a little bit parochial just because he's a man from Donegal, but I do make an impassioned plea on behalf of Joe. You see, the ones up in Donegal had great support because there were 4 stores. Up in Westport and Castlebar, where we are later, they have sort of a bit of support as well because there's more than 1 store. Poor Joe down here in the middle of this gorgeous area, out in the wilds of Connemara, is on his own. So he's really depending on you wonderful shoppers to really support him in the local community. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I will hand you over to the CEO of Cancer Care West. Ladies and gentlemen, a little round of applause for Richard Flaherty.
Thank you very much, everyone. Just on behalf of Cancer Care West, I'm delighted to be here this morning to launch our partnership with SuperValu in Clifden. You know, SuperValu have been a huge supporter, not just going forward, but in the past for our organisation. This Saturday, actually, we're doing our first fundraising event, our partnership with Galway Football. Our walk will be starting here and ending here from 11 o'clock on Saturday, so if anyone's around, we'll be delighted to see you. Maybe I'll just briefly talk about what we do and where the money goes. We have 2 main services. We're a West of Ireland charity. We're dedicated to supporting those whose lives have been affected by a cancer diagnosis. And you know, from our pull-up stand here, we have 2 main services. One is in Isheven, which is a 33-bedroom lodge on the grounds of the hospital, which provides accommodation for patients undergoing radiotherapy who would otherwise have to travel long distances. So they stay with us from 7 to 8 weeks, Monday to Friday, receive their treatment, and go home at weekends. We've I think about 1,600 people have stayed with us since we opened. It's been a huge success story. We've also have our support centre, which provides advice and counselling and information for anyone going through a cancer diagnosis. We don't charge for any of our services. We need to raise approximately £1.5 million to just maintain the current level of services. And as you know, unfortunately, cancer is on the increase. Who hasn't been affected by cancer, as Noel said? So this money is really well spent. It goes to support West of Ireland people, which is very important. I'm a Clifden man. I'd like to thank Noel and the Kavanagh group, Joe, who's been a great supporter, and all the staff of SuperValu, who have really shown great support to our organisation and ensure that we can continue and provide vital care for cancer patients. So once again, thanks very much for your support, and I'm sure this will be a great success. Thank you.
And I would say to you who've come in just to do a normal shop and found yourself in the middle of this launch, please do have some of this lovely food. I think Joanne and I were going to officially launch.
Excellent.